Hi, I'm Lynette Allen, creator of Her Invitation and coach and mentor to female entrepreneurs like you, just like me, out in this world doing what we know we are born to do, which is our dream job, our dream business, inspiring people, creating products. The women I meet do all kinds of things. And the other day, I was asked a really interesting question by a peer of mine, Amanda Ruiz. So Amanda, if you're watching this, you have inspired this video. Thank you very much for asking me the question. So Amanda asked me who my competitors were. And I said, well, I don't have any competitors. And she looked really quite shocked and said, oh. And then I went on to explain what I suppose I knew and was in my heart and my head. And I've spoken about this before on a one-to-one basis with some of my coaching and mentoring clients, but I don't think I've ever made a video on it or really explained to the wider audience what I really mean. So I thought I would get my little pink book, I would make some notes about what I really thought, why I don't really think I have any competitors, and why I don't think you do either. So here goes. The word for me, competitor, is just a really horrible word for starters. I mean, it kind of kicks off in me all kinds of stress and anxiety about not being good enough and who's better than me and who's getting more visibility than me and well, why can't I be up there? And if she's speaking on that stage, I'm not, and she's my competitor, what does that make me? Does that make me less than her, or is it just that they haven't heard of me yet? Do you see what I mean? All of these negative thoughts start running through my head, and if they run through my head, they're going to run through your head, right? So it's about a stressful environment to put yourself in the very first place. It's about competing with usually other women, because women are very good at competing with themselves. And this is what we're trying to get rid of in this world. This is why Her Invitation in its form exists, to bring together women and to really articulate that we are not each other's competition. We are all here in our beautiful feminine form to do what we are here to do in this world, and to come together and bring love and harmony and simplicity to everything that the world needs right now. They need that female energy. What they don't need is a male competitive energy. There is enough of that in the world, and you and I could do really well to start right here, right now, and stop that competitive force. For me, the word competition brings in a kind of a lack of, I don't have enough because she's got more than me. A feeling of certainly anxiety and am I really good enough? Well, you know, this world needs women who know they are good enough and perfect exactly as they are, exactly where they are. And that means me, and it also means you. This whole strengths and weaknesses thing, you know, when you start a business, everybody tells you to put a business plan together. And it'll have in there your competitors, which I just don't even worry about, and your strengths and your weaknesses. Do you know what? I don't give a worry about that either. I know what I'm good at. The minute I start focusing on my weaknesses is the very minute I start thinking of those competitors who must be better than me, or have more than me, or have a bigger contact list or a bigger vocal voice. Do you know what? I am here on this earth to do a job. I know what my worth is. I know what my job is, and so do you. You are out in this world doing what you need to do. And if you don't think you're doing it, you will know, because inside you won't feel quite right. And inside you'll have a gut feeling, there'll be something niggling away at you. They're thinking, I should be doing something else. I should be called to do something else. That is what I think you need to listen to. That's what I tell my clients to listen to when we're talking about their so-called strengths and weaknesses. Your weaknesses are never weaknesses. They are part of you, and we all need to remember that. The other thing I remind people of when they start their own businesses and they say, but Lynette, how do I stand out from the crowd? How am I going to have my URL? Another buzzword that really I hate, actually, because you are unique. You, right? No one else is you. No one else is me. No one else has your story. You're why you're doing this. No one has your background. No one has your take on things or your perspective. It's yours. And if you really own that, if you really make friends with your story, the reason you started your business, the reason you do what you do in the world, if you really own that and love it and know that it is you, you cannot be touched by anybody, because no one else has the same perspective as you. No one else is an expert on you, only you. So, my message that all came from who are your competitors is the other way around. Think abundance, think plenty, think love, think shoulder to shoulder with the other female entrepreneurs that you stand next to. It's awesome to share a stage with female entrepreneurs like I do a lot during the year. I really love that because we are all there together bringing our strengths to a stage. I'm going to be running another Inspire Her 2017 next year, and that will have on it a whole host of speakers who are female entrepreneurs who can put their strength forward, their take, their perspective, and I hope you're going to be there as you were last year. Turn competitors into inspirations. So rather than thinking who are your competitors, think who are your inspirations. Now, I have people who inspire me, people I've never met on the web who I look at their stuff and think, that's brilliant, that's really clever. And I like being inspired by that. I like seeing what they do. I kind of have a pattern mentality. I work best through looking at patterns. And it's always really interesting to look at somebody else's pattern. How do they do that? What have they done? And then slot my stuff, my words, my story, my way onto a pattern. Because then I'm standing shoulder to shoulder with them. They've given me something I can use and take for my own. And I can make it my own and make it completely different to anybody else's. Patterning is an awesome way of fueling your own fire. And it's good, by the way, to tell the person you patterned from, I really liked what you did, and I've copied my own version of your pattern, so I too can bring my journey, my passion, my words out into the world. People actually email me all the time. Even today I've had some who have said that I've really inspired them to do something or to create something. And I don't even know how I do it half the time. It could be watching one video. It could be sending one newsletter. It could be a small post on Facebook that somebody sees and says, that really resonated with me. And as a result of that, I'm going to do what you did in my world. That for me is superb. They're not my competitors. They're standing shoulder to shoulder with me. And actually, I'm after more women to stand shoulder to shoulder with me next year as I take Her Invitation into the next triumph of having more facilitators to spread this message of female empowerment. So if you think you could do that, you need to be contacting me or visiting herinvitationfacilitatorsacademy.co.uk. I'm going to want to hear from you if your passion, like mine, is to empower other women in the world. I'm going to want to hear that. So, competitors, are you convinced yet? You don't have any. You don't have any. Women are out there for us to be inspired by, to inspire each other. So if this 9 minutes, as this is just over 9 minutes, is going to do anything for you today, relax. Know you're perfect already. Your message is perfect. You are perfect. How you package it, how you sense your way through your business, get inspiration from other women. Pattern how they do things, but never for 1 second see them as competitors. Bye for now.